Dude, I'm out right now. How many? How much?
70.
Is on.
Go. Is and rolling.
Live. 3, 2.
It's like so. Let's do it. So.
5 seconds.
I call to order the November 4th meeting of the Student Government. We are live streaming and recording. Please review your agenda once it's
Angelina Casella, Zara Ribbit, Christopher Lannon,
Here.
Megan Fran, DeAngelis Ozuna Sandoval, Raul Rosario, Fred Giuliani, Luke Staley, Abiana Lee Salters, Will Honorado, Celia Rosino, Grant Wenhart, Alyssa Hannafin, Haley Afonso, Raymond Croto, Sophia Rudenko, Aiden Gomez, Fabian Morales, Lucia Sadura, Liv Carney, Ethan Haynes, Kylie Biemendorfer, Chris Santos, Matthew Kusha, Ali Sutherland, Maria Renta Moraro.
Are there any corrections to the minutes from October 8th? Seeing none, minutes are approved.
And now for your president's report, Justin Walls.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the SGA meeting. I hope you all like my fun little Halloween email. Trying to make it a little more fun rather than just a copy and paste of the same thing every week. Tonight, our guest speaker will be Maggie Balch, students to discuss the student threat assessment team.
Oh, well,
Good luck having battery to us. My bad.
Fantastic. Good.
Maybe some house tonight, and I didn't bring handouts, but I did bring out a giveaway. And I don't know that I'm gonna have enough, so I'm gonna figure that. Oh, I got you. Very good. If you don't know me, my name's Maggie. I also go by Swaggy. I brought my sidekick here, Tony Cassiano. That's somebody wasn't exactly.
Oh, sorry. Tony Cassiano, the chief of public safety, is also.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the student threat assessment team. Does anybody know what the student threat assessment team is? Very different than faculty staff. Anyone?
We did this last year.
I don't count.
No.
I do know, but Senate should answer.
Did they know? How many people saw this on their door?
I should have.
You all? No idea what. What? Yeah. Okay, student threat assessment team came about probably 20 years ago now at this point. Yeah, so it came about because at Virginia Tech there was a massive shooting, and that has changed college campuses all over the country. And one of the things that they said, and when you go back and you look at all of the research, they said everybody knew pieces of things that were happening on campus. So the counseling center knew something, the university police knew something, the biology faculty member knew something, the roommate knew something, and none of them were talking to each other. So best practice says stick everybody that knows something into a room and have a conversation, and that's what student threat assessment. It is not Maggie making a decision. It is not Tony making a decision. It is not anybody else on the team making a decision. It is a group decision. And so we do this because we get reports, and we get reports from you, from faculty members, from staff, from maintainers, from dining services people. And what we do is we take the report and we sit there and we talk and we go through our rubric, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. and we figure out the best course of action. So it is not because you're in trouble. It is not because there is a major threat that's happening on campus. It is consolidating all the information and having the experts on the ground take a look at it and see if there's anything that needs to happen and to get the student or students resources on campus. Okay? I think I've already talked about this. What would be considered a threatening or violent or alarming behavior? Yes. Somebody like running after somebody, somebody running after somebody. Zara! Right? I'm gonna kill you! Right? That is stuff that we need to know. That is important for us because that is one piece of this giant puzzle that we're trying to put together because nobody in this room knows that we already have 6 reports resolved. So this could be the final piece that we need to talk about. What's another threatening or violent situation? Mentions of self-harm. I'm going to hurt myself. I'm going to run my car into a tree. I'm going to drive my car over the cliff, right? We get reports like that. So we take a look at that and we get together and we try and put the breadcrumbs together to figure out if that person or people are safe and what kind of resources that they need. What if somebody sees a weapon on social media? Do we need to know that? Why? Yeah, they might do something with it. Again, it's a piece of a puzzle. Because I guarantee if we have a picture of a knife on social media, we probably know 3 or 4 other things about that particular It is a cross-campus group of people that get together and have this conversation. We add people as needed. We may have a faculty member. We may have you come in. If you're the one that filed the report, if you're the person's roommate, if you're the person's lab mate, we may end up asking you to come in and have a conversation and just give us your perspective of what's happened.
You get training. The group does get training. They start this and training groups. They all we're all experts. So see, we had brought in this group that does for such a training here quite a few times in years. All of them that they don't like training.
Going on the 18th to a statewide training. Basically, in these trainings, what they do is we do tabletop exercises, but they give us a rubric of different stages because somebody just doesn't wake up in the morning and decide that this is going to happen. There are generally clues along the way. And so what we do is we are trained to look out for those clues and start to think about what they may look like with each individual person. Because what happens with Megan is different than what happens with Chris and how they interact and how they move through a process. So we are trained in that. The purpose, as I said, is to kind of manage any concerns or crises that come up. We talked a little bit about training, and one of the things that we're doing right now is to let the campus know that this actually exists. So, it is great that I sit up on the second floor and I call Tony almost every day and I say, what's going on? What should we do about this? But if you don't know, if you, the community, don't know that this is actually happening, you don't know that you should raise your hand and say something. And so we are trying to get out there and kind of communicate that to the campus. And you're actually our first stop. Do you want to talk about this? We need everybody.
Yeah, everybody, you see something and you decide, well, Maggie, all. That's not what we want. You know what I'm saying? You see something, say something. So that's all over the place. So it's important if you do see something, give us a call. And it's important to give a good description of the person, what's going, what's happening. So don't say, yeah, student age wearing a hat and a t-shirt. Well, if you walk around, you probably see a lot of that. So you get, oh yeah, by the way, he has purple sneakers on, or his hat has, whatever.
Steelers logo.
Yeah, Steelers. Okay. So it's important when you call us or call anybody, just to get that information. Just don't assume someone else.
Yep. If it's an emergency, what do you do? Call 911.
You guys have our number in your phone?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you put that in there. Make sure you put your area code 413. It's not your home area code. That'll be a story. That got a complaint from a parent calls and my child was calling the police. And he just kept ringing me. Well, give a little digging and we found out that that's right. Their area code and my number still. Don't know where that call is going. For us. That's I always tell people that especially with the spirit.
When and what to report? If it is immediate, if someone's chasing Zara all the way down, you call University Police. They're the quickest and fastest way. If it is something that happened last night and you're in your room, you're studying, and something happened that is not imminent at that point in time, we ask you to submit a report. Call University Police or call an RA. They can walk through that process with you. We get reports on everything. And please don't worry about what report you put in. We will take a look at it and we'll deal with that wherever it needs to go. We talked a little bit about it. I'm gonna pop down here to this fourth bullet point: violent writings, drawing, and other forms of individual expression that cause fear. We often get this from faculty and staff. You write a paper. You're writing a paper and something's concerning in that. Talk about self-harm and you talk about some trauma that you've experienced. They will send that to us.
From small that we don't know.
Or we don't know, right?
Read it, I don't quite. That's a meeting, taking it out, but you realize how saw pictures, there's previous test. Great time, drawing up the time, somebody, that's very, even though you may, really not thinking about what you're doing it, and it gets turned in, you get it all.
We had a case study and that exact thing they were doing on their exam, and they doodled a gun. And the faculty was like, huh? So we ended up having to talk with people about that. In today's day and age, we can't be too safe. Top campus, we put this on here really because when things happen, or if you're with your roommate or your lab mate or your friends and you're concerned, and you're like the whole situation has been handled, but it's 2 in the morning and you're like, what do I do? Who do I talk to? How many people have used Talk Campus already? Excellent. It's a kind of a chat way to kind of get some support and get some help at that particular moment in time. How to report. If it's an emergency, call University Police. If it's not an emergency, I encourage you to submit a report form. Has anybody seen that, done that? How many people have used it? It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you go to submit a report, and then you just plop in what you need to write. We obviously need to go and put that. And just describe, as Tony said, describe what you see. So when you go working backward, baseball cap, run down the street and chase the dog, right? If it is, sometimes students ask us, what do we do if it's a faculty or staff member? Again, submit a report. If it is during normal business hours, human resources will get that. If it is an emergency, call university police. So that makes sense here, right? This is how you submit a report. You go to the submit a report page. It will look like this. Over here, and you go to the one that says the student threat assessment team. It'll look like this. Please make sure you put your student information in there, so we know how to contact you if the team has questions. You just write a brief summary of what happened. It's pretty easy. You have to ready or
How many have rain?
oh boy.
Everybody. So that's our emergency notification system, right? What it does is, you can sign up, whether the main page on the university website, down at the bottom, and say, sign up. It's pretty easy, click, picture of information, and then you'll need the system. The way the system works for rate is everyone, you have an email address on campus, like westfield.edu. You're gonna get an email when it's sent out rate. But in order to get the text messages and the phone call, you have to put your phone number in the system. That'll allow someone to say now that you'll put your text message, phone call, but you can move it to you. So it's very happy and I do a lot of info up here. But just get that in there. It's something for you guys that you're saying you would say it's even if it's a weather related. Forget all the other stuff as well. But if we have something coming up that a couple of weeks ago we had a pretty good storm coming on the weather and sent that out. Use that information. Or maybe I look up in the sky on the side, just move this out a little bit. So I would encourage you to sign up for that. Very simple and very easy.
So I just
Yeah. How about rate guardian? If anyone sign up for that. So the rate guardian, so everybody can sign up. I mean, so you can sign up for that. Guys, like if you want, trademark less. The rate guardian, like explain to everybody, the blue phones, blue light phones we have around campus. That's what this is. Okay, so rate guardian calls the blue light phone in your pocket. When you go on it, you'll see numbers that it's the hit button. It comes right to our headquarters, so it might come setting, yes, over here. Here's the dial for 911. Bunch of different things on this. So once again, Brave and Brave Guardian, please sign up for that.
I know.
Brave is the emergency notification system. So the sign will be having a test shortly. I'll set that up for the Brave Guardian test. So we're going to do a test shortly. We're going to be at the here flyers that one on top of Scanlon Hall, one down at the Woodward Center. So that's the emergency notification system along with the Brave Guardian, like I said, is if you get on it, you can see all the features that it has on there. It's really good. There's one on there that if you're walking by yourself, some reason you have to walk the south side of Davis, you can call our dispatch up and say, hey, I'm walking from the south lot to Davis. Can you just assure and follow? You will put that in that section for the guarded, which name and the dispatch for the lost actually lost with to give your location. It would probably have some here. A lot of those people come here, so it's if that keyword for non-phone, they give out the emergency phone where you lock them.
how many people would prefer to sleep in rather than wake up and realize that their tasks been taken? How many people would like to know if there's an active shooter on? How many people will be signing up for the wait card? That. All right, what to expect. So if your name is on a threat assessment form, and I call you in, don't freak out. You can have a conversation with me. I'm going to talk with you about the report that we received, the questions that we have, the concerns that we have, and you're going to share your take on what's going on. If you have submitted a report, we may or may not call you in because we need more information. If you know the person because they're your roommate, your lab mate, your lunch mate, whatever, again, we're just gonna ask you some questions. We're trying to build a good. That information will go back to the team, and the team will add that into the whole file and start to determine the next steps. The other piece that happens with threat assessment is emergency preparedness. And Tony talked a little bit about that. Emergencies happen on campus all the time. They are threat assessment related, they are accident related, they are weather related, they are broken water pipes, frozen water pipes, sprinkler heads that go off, all kinds of things. And so emergency preparedness, there's a whole office that deals with this on campus. And so we're just going to quickly go through this because a lot of this really has to do with things that we would instruct you through the RAID Guardian app, the RAID app on what to do. But the water pieces that happened in Wilson, that was all handled out of emergency preparedness. So when there's a drill on campus, somebody we're going to have one in the city. If we do a drill, please pay attention to that. Please participate in that. Please encourage other people to participate in that. Because what we're trying to do, much like a fire drill, is we're trying to work the kinks out so that if there is a real emergency on campus, we're going to know what to do. How you can help, again, sign up for the notifications, let us know if there's an issue, sign up for the notifications, and what questions do you have?
Does anybody have any questions for Tony and Maggie? Well, thank you, Tony and Maggie.
Thanks.
Make sure you all sign up for RAID or it's like notifications. They're very useful. My report is quick. You look up data street all and not that was when using VR, so very quick. Search committee for the position of vice president for the finance, the president still waiting some suggested names to the groups on campus before it started out. The regular position become UP tax our why, so we have a little bit of just as for the position by president president speaking with the members of the foundation board and the board of trustees discuss options and plan. Earlier today, it's actually a phone call from the credit development on Friday. It's just really good news. Something Barton and I have been waiting for. She told me that President Thompson is set by a bond hearing bill this Thursday. And it should be a slam dunk to vote her, and we'll pass the bond committee. The one step closer to be faster. Finally, secures something to tackle bond service system. So I'll keep you all updated on that as it happens. Next Tuesday, the Veteran and Military Services Center was going to an event from 11 to 2 in the University of Law PR. I encourage you all to attend. It's going to be a great event with the guest speakers, airport veteran and coordinator here at Westfield. With that being said, we'll not have a meeting next Tuesday, so you guys do not have to come. Do observation of that.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Justin Wald? Travis.
For those who may be unaware, we did explain Port X and what it does. Oh, yeah. I guess I'll say that. So the Port Act is a bond bill that governor's office put forward to the legislature. That takes money out of the governor's tax and puts towards capital projects at universities, the state university. So the past, the last year and this year so far, several members of the executive board are trying to get it passed and figure to get passed soon. Last year we were a roadblock, but it will eventually just give plus its stake in the other state universities. I believe it would be helping as well, right? A bunch of money and millions of dollars to do towards building that reduce repair, build for us at the base and Wilson and Raymond's but buildings buildings that need things like gas fixing, an elevator, and something else that is appropriate or otherwise doesn't have it. And it just gives the university the money to do that because the university can't do it on their own without raising some fees or that's pretty much it. Just raising certain fees of notes. State university wants to do that. State universities are trying to make it affordable. You got it, questions?
Seeing none. Thanks, Dustin.
Damn it. Now your vice president support student life, Travis McGraw. And then that's this. Three things for you tonight. First off, the final announcement topic for all you can stop hearing me yap about it. I have a sign up sheet in case anyone last minute wants to sign up. There are three little highlighted bits where I would really appreciate it if there's some sign up there. Really appreciate it. Just some minor instructions for those of you who have signed up. Try to arrive a few minutes early to the building you signed up for, the time slot you signed up for, and then we'll just kind of sit in the front desk of our building and you can group that. It's not hard. Sit down with pastries. I won't stop anything like one. And then just wait for the RD and get them. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Next is the Skype survey, which John was nice enough to give me a little sheet. John was talking. Ooh, and that's fun. Here you go. There's one more QR code, the Skype survey if you haven't filled out yet. It's for residential students to give housing to HPOS from input and data on stuff like RA, the RD, the building, advice, anything you want to add in there. So yeah, there's some cool incentives like Owlbucks. There are weekly Owlbucks drawings. So the sooner you sign up, fill out the survey, the more Owlbucks cost. Now that last is a big announcement that you may have seen in your emails. Shuttle tracking is finally here. Pass around a code flyer, where they she both the app and the website. I find it works phenomenally. It's something that's been asked for years. Justin was asked a million times, Jack Linden before that, Aaron Lessing before that. Everybody on the planet has been asked about this, and it's finally coming to fruition. Pretty awesome.
Are there any questions, comments, or concerns for Travis?
I give it a lot of flyers, so. Is there any new business? Seeing none, announce.
Tyler Taylor.
I have a few announcements. Just quick, the turkey drive did start yesterday, runs for the next 2-ish weeks until the 17th. If anyone wants to sign up to help out, there's still a few more spots for different things, including tabling tomorrow and Thursday and the next week on Thursday. We also still need a few volunteers for the turkey trot on the 15th. And then I also just wanted to shout out Alyssa Hannafin. If she's over there, I can't see through the poll. You are down there. Tabled today for the turkey drive in the DC. She was by herself, first time tabling, did an awesome job. Thank you, Alyssa. And then Celia, Grant, or anyone tabling tomorrow, stay back after. I need to talk to you really quick.
Justin Wolf.
I apologize. The event is Thursday, November 6th, from 11 to 2 in the Union Garage from lunch provided. Fair. Any further? Grass and golf. My email, Sherry or cool. How are is some people there? Well,
It's 192 days left of graduation.
Yes.
uh, Okay, there's no additional business I
Roll
call.
call.
Oh, shoot. Roll call.
Angelina Casella. Zara Ribbit. Christopher Lannon. Megan Fran. D'Angelizo Ozuna Sandoval. Raul Rosario.
Here.
Brenna Giuliani. Luke Staley. Aviana Lee Salters. Will Honorado. Celia Rosino. Grant Wenhart. Alyssa Hannafin. Haley Afonso. Raymond Croto.
Here.
Sophia Rudenko. Aiden Gomez. Fabian Morales. Lucia Sadora. Liv Carney. Ethan Haynes. Carly Diemendorfer. Rhoda Santos. Matthew Krusha. Ali Sutherland. Maria Renta Marrero.
All right, now, if there's no additional business I call to adjourn the November 4th meeting until November